Since I like to talk a lot, this is part two of the Q&A video, so I had to break it up for you, and let's just keep it going. Do you like going to the zoo/aquarium? I do. I know like it can be controversial, keeping animals in captivity or whatever, but I like seeing the animals. My favorite is to see the orangutans. I love them. They're just so freaking cute and adorable and funny, and I could just sit and like watch them all day. So I've seen them at Busch Gardens in Florida and then at the San Diego Zoo. So I love them. And the aquarium too. I like the aquarium. Nothing in particular about I guess the sea lions and sea otters, those are fun. But I don't know, it's just fun to see the fish up close. What are the different seasons like where you live? Well, it is currently, I guess it's still technically fall. Winter, I think, is like the 21st or the 22nd of December. So it's technically fall. I live in California, so today it was 70 degrees outside. So winters aren't, there's no snow where I live in California. So it's really not bad. The other day was kind of cold. The other morning I actually wore a jacket. Summers are, they're really nice. It's sunny, it gets warm, it can be anywhere from, in the 70s to the 90s. Is the typical. It does not get humid here. Where I lived in Massachusetts, summers could get very humid. People don't like that. I personally don't care. Yeah, it doesn't rain sometimes, but not not very often. And I don't like rain, but when it does rain, I just tell myself, like, okay, it doesn't rain that often, it's okay, we need it, something like that. But yeah, like I said, it's December, and it was 70 degrees outside. And what was your wedding like? I got married in Massachusetts, in Cape Cod, specifically in Marion, Massachusetts. I rented this amazing beach house. It was, how old was it? I want to say it was designed in the 70s maybe. And it was a very interesting house because I did all my research online and I found this house, and then I made the appointment to go and look at it. And it had this very long driveway. When I pulled up, I'm like, I'm in the wrong place. Like, this is not the house. Because the picture, it was like this, big tall house. And then I pulled up and it looks like this little like cottage looking thing. And I'm like, this is not right. I was in the right place. The house, it had all these levels. So you walked in to, what looked like a small house, and then you go to the right, and it was like this big giant ceiling, living room, and it was just so amazing. I just loved it so much. The master bedroom was the only thing in the upstairs, and it had its own like bathroom/dressing room. It was like this big room, like the walls were lined with all these drawers and closets. In the center was a double-sided sink, so one sink on each side with a mirror. And then in the back of it, straight ahead, was the bathtub, and then to the left was like the toilet, and it was in its own little stall, and then to the right was the shower in its own separate little stall. So it was really nice. The kitchen, it had a courtyard. It had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 bedrooms plus the master bedroom. There was like the den area. It was a really nice place. Enough about the house. So it was right there on the bay. So like there's the backyard and the bay was right there. So in the yard there's a yard, whatever, and then further down, it's kind of like a little slope downhill, there was all these like greenery bushes, but it had a perfect like aisleway to the water. And so me and the bridal party, whatever, we started at the house and walked down that perfect pathway that was already there. I had lined the pathway with seashells and little tiki torches that I put in. I bought these candle holders that I filled with sand and then put the tiki torches in there instead of putting them in the ground. And we actually got married standing in the bay water. And on each side of us where we stood, I had the big giant tiki torches. I wore a white bikini from Victoria's Secret with a long white like beach skirt that I honestly don't remember where it was from. My husband wore a white linen button-up shirt and some khaki linen pants, which he ended up rolling up because the decision to stand in the water was like last minute. We decided the day before because I didn't think about the tide. Tide comes in, tide goes out. So at that time of day, like, it was pretty up. And when I realized that the day before, I was like, oh, what are we gonna do? But because it was bay water, it was really warm. So it was very easy to just walk right into the water and be fine. So yeah. And my husband and I, we are not religious. And so it was more meaningful to us to have our friend be the person to marry us. And in case you don't know, anybody can apply to be kind of a justice of the peace for a day. I don't know, I let him take care of that. I'm like, this is your job, you take care of it. I got plenty more to do as far as planning my wedding goes. But there's paperwork to fill out. I think you have to have like character references, even though it is just for a day. And then you get sent the official form stating like you are this for this specific day, blah blah blah. So that's how we did that. And as far as the reception afterwards go, we just did it in the same place. We had rented lots of tables, and I got white tablecloths, just plain white tablecloths. In the center of the table, we had tabletop tiki torches, and I put seashells like all around the base of the tiki torches. And we didn't need to light them because it was a really hot day and there weren't any bugs or anything, so it was good. And then also on each table I had a Land Shark bucket. Land Shark is a brand, filled with ice, and a bottle of Barefoot champagne. My husband and I don't drink, so as far as the alcohol goes that was there, like, we didn't really care, and I just let my parents take care of that, getting something affordable. And it also, Land Shark, Barefoot, and went with the whole beachy theme. So, and it was just a like a barbecue buffet kind of deal. So we had like pulled pork sandwiches and salads, and I don't even remember, lots of baked goods and sweets and things. I remember my mother-in-law made this giant fruit salad. And for our cake, I personally, I don't really like bakery cakes. I don't think they taste good. And so I had my mother-in-law just do a boxed cake, one you can buy the box mix at the store, and we did funfetti. So because my husband and I both like funfetti, so really non-traditional wedding. The ceremony itself was really short, and we got lots of compliments on that, because I'm sure many of you have been to weddings that it's just like so long. It's like, we just kept it sweet and simple. And we actually got married on 08/08/08, and that happened to be our 7-year, 7-month, 7-day anniversary. And no, that was not planned. The 08/08/08 part was, because we started dating 01/01/01, and so I was like, how cool would it be to do, kind of stick with that theme. And then it was way later that it dawned on me and I did the math and I was like, that's 7 years, 7 months, 7 days. So pretty cool. Yeah, but that about sums up the wedding. It was a very long answer, I'm sorry. The next question is asked from Chloe Hart. What's your age? I am turning 29 on December 28th. The next question is from Andrea Martinez. Top 10 worst makeup you have tried? I've got to think about that. Hold on. I honestly cannot think of 10. So as time goes on, if I think of more things, I'll add it back in here. But I have 3. Like I already said, the Revlon lip butter, like those were just terrible. So yeah, they really jacked up my lips. The next one I'm going to say is the e.l.f. Studio Eye Primer and Liner Sealer. That is one, it's not the regular primer. The regular primer is very good. I love that one. But this one, it was kind of, it was in stick form. You twist it up. One side was the eyelid primer. The other side was the liner sealer. I didn't really use the liner sealer that much. Like, I didn't really have a need to use it. But the primer, like, it didn't work. Like, it just wasn't good. And I bought it because I was like, oh, this is like an upgrade from the regular primer, so this is going to be amazing. No, it didn't help. It still creased my shadows, so I don't understand that product. And the last one I'm going to say is the Color Club nail polish. Not currently, but previously. I'm not going to say when it first came out because I honestly don't know when it first came out, but when it was first introduced to me in my Birchbox, like the formula, it was just so watery and streaky, and it would chip like that, and it was terrible. And I'm like, how is a full-size bottle $8? I would never. So, but now they must have changed their formula because the ones I've tried recently, there's been like 2 or 3 bottles that I've tried since I first was introduced to the product, that it's much better. It's more opaque. It stays on longer. So, yeah, I really can't think of that many products that I've had really bad experiences with that I just didn't like. Oh, see, I just thought of another one. I think it was from Maybelline. Oh, I just thought of 2. See, there we go. So I can at least give you 5. The foam foundation came in the little like aerosol can. Came out as foam. I think it oxidized too much. Is that the right term? Where it was it's very orange on the face and made it too dark, too orangey. It was too dark, and I chose the second to lightest color. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not that fair. I'm not that pale. So there are plenty of people who wouldn't be able to use that cover up at all because it'd be too dark for them. And then the Dream Bouncy Blush. I could not stand that blush. I did not think it was very good. It didn't work very well for me, like blending, like getting color. Like you really, really had to build up the color really bad, at least for me. So that's 5 makeup products for you. Okay, the next question comes from Layla Coader? Sorry. If you could go to one place in the world, where would you go and who would you take? Why is that a popular question? Again, a tropical island or England, and I would take my husband because who else would I take? Let's see. Also, if you could spend $200 on a makeup brand, which would you choose? Again, probably Urban Decay. I just really like their stuff. And now that I'm thinking about it, Kat Von D would be a good second. And I have to confess, no, I'm lying. I've tried one of her products. It's one of the lipsticks. But I've never tried the eyeshadows or the foundation or concealer, and I really want to, but then at the same time, like, I don't want to like it so much that that's what I buy all the time, because that's really expensive to have to spend that much money on foundation and concealer all the time. Maybe the next time I splurge on a concealer or foundation, I'll get Kat Von D. And lastly, what is your favorite part of your face that you have fun putting makeup on the most? Definitely my eyes. The eyes are, you know, the thing you can be the most creative with on your face, I guess. So you can just do, they're like, you know, infinite eyeshadow looks you can do. So there's a bug. Yeah, the eyes. Next question comes from Tekoa Goodson. What is your favorite beauty tool for hair and makeup? My flat iron, I'd say, for my hair, because if anything, that is the quickest thing I can do to my hair to make it not look like a hot mess so I can run out the door. Do you want to know the brand? I'll go get it. This is the Infinity from Conair. So it just has the high, medium, low setting on off. And it's rounded like that because there's techniques you can do to curl your hair as well. And having it being rounded makes it that much easier. So yeah, so straighten and curl with this. I more want to straighten with this though, and use a curling iron to curl. And then tool for my makeup, I'm gonna go with my angled eyeshadow brush from e.l.f. I don't even know if that's what it's called, but it's the little brush, goes on an angle, that I like to use. I think it's called the defining brush or something, that I like to use in my crease, but thinking about it, I could very easily use it to put eyeshadow on as well, like if I had to have just one brush to use. I suppose that would be it. From I'm Little Miss Jackie, what is the weirdest / grossest food you've ever tried? I'm gonna say squid. It's the first thing coming to mind, and that was very recent at a sushi place. There's a sushi restaurant I like to go to. I don't know if you've ever seen or heard of this type of restaurant where it's all the food comes on a conveyor belt, so you sit at your seat, I usually get a booth, and there's a conveyor belt right here that it comes by, and you can just grab whatever you want, and they charge you by the color plate that you have. So each plate has a different color according to the price. And I saw squid, and I'm like, I want to try it, you know? Like, maybe I really like squid. Who knows? Because through, my sushi love is how I discovered I really like eel. That's right, eel. I like eel sauce, so I thought maybe I'd have the same love for squid. No, it's not my thing. The taste, the texture, it's very chewy, rubbery. Ugh, no. So I'm gonna go with squid. Next question is from Katie Albro. Who was the person who inspired you to even start a YouTube? I think this was one of the previous questions, kind of, sort of, maybe. It's a combination of Jenna Marbles, Sonia from Essie Castaneda, and Cora from Vintage or Tacky. I think those were the first 3 YouTubers I started watching, and I just felt like I can do this, and I just have fun with it. Let's see. The next question is from Emma Bent. It says, "Hi Rose, what is your favorite color eyeshadow color?" I did read that probably a little redundant, that's okay. I like purple. I really like purple. It's my favorite color. I can do lots of fun, intense purple looks. So you can do really lighter purple that, is more acceptable, or you can do really fun, bold things. Yeah, so I like purple. What is your cheapest makeup item you own? Probably my eyeshadow primer from e.l.f. It's $1. It's really good. Repurchased it many, many times. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. The most expensive. Like I said earlier, the most expensive thing I've purchased is my Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation. But I have other products that, no, maybe they don't exceed. I've gotten some really high-priced products in my Birchbox, actually, but I don't think they exceed the 30 whatever dollars that the Urban Decay Naked Skin costs. Some of them have been like 20-something dollars that I've gotten in my Birchbox. Love my Birchbox. But yeah, definitely my Naked Skin from Urban Decay. Okay, I really need to work on giving more concise answers. So I'm going to end this here so it's not a million years long again. Please keep an eye out for part 3. And in the meantime, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And yeah.